Well, hello and welcome to this video. I'm Rebecca. I've been experiencing a little bit of social media burnout, so I decided to start filming small videos like this to just claim back a little bit my space online for me and for the people that are also makers here and like to talk about art and films and books and how everything shapes what we make with our hands. This is more an experiment for me because I really want to try to do this without looking at numbers, metrics, and all of that jazz that I think literally ruins anything you post online. So I'll see how I get on, and you will see it too. I thought a good way to get back into creating for myself and for anyone else would be just to keep a simple practice. So I guess I'm just gonna take you with me, and it's gonna be mostly 30 minutes every morning. And today is going to be knitting.
I like to talk to myself sometimes when I'm doing this. I find it helpful too. Now I'm drawing the sort of squiggly bits of this key, and I'm coming back here, drawing this. These are kind of fun to draw. And then I'm coming back, and now I'm sort of lined up here. You see, I want to line up these things that I'm here. Come back down, curve around this shape. See, I'm not even talking.
Hello. I was saying at the beginning that I was trying to find a way to film again and show up in here without the whole performance of YouTube, as much as I'm aware that this is still performative, but I think it's really difficult when you try to make or create things to edit them and put a video out without having any expectations of how the video is going to behave. But I needed a change in this channel, so it's no longer going to be called Moving Stitches. It's going to have the same user handle that I now have on Instagram, which is Rebeca punto. Punto meaning like period, but also meaning knitwear. And I thought it could be just like a nice, like, clean start for me. That's probably something that you're not interested in if this is the first time you're watching a video like this. But that was fun, having like 30 minutes every morning to just do something creative so I can start the day on my terms. And then if I don't have time, which sometimes happens, very often happens, at least I can say that I started the day doing something for me, right? It's been humbling at times, say drawing and crocheting, but it's good to just make things for the sake of having fun. I want to step away in this channel a little bit from just making patterns that belong to other people or the designers, and I want to start like self-drafting a bit more. I was talking to a friend who's an artist and she mainly draws, and I was saying to her, like, I feel like when I started knitting I kind of learn on my own thanks to YouTube, and then if I had a doubt people could help me figure it out. But as much as you learn so much from patterns, there's a point in which you're so used to being guided and being almost like spoon-fed the instructions. At a point you're too afraid of like just figuring things out on your own. I would like to learn crochet, but maybe figure things out on my own or with books or with help, more than buying a pattern and following instructions. That's kind of like my plan for summer. And with knitting, I wanna is to stay away from solidly knitting patterns and start like self-drafting a bit more. I've been swatching a lot, and I've been sharing some of my swatches, and you've probably seen something like this, which is like a combination of slip stitches and, I mean, I call it cables because it literally says cable to front, cable to back. I thought this was good fun. And then I had to frog the sweater that I started knitting at the start of the month because the measurements, and I was on gauge, were just too big, and it was a saddle shoulder, but like the depth of the armhole was humongous. And then I picked less stitches for the sleeves, and I realized when I was halfway through the second sleeve that the fit was horrible on me and I was gonna frog it. I'm back at the start with swatch, and I'm gonna make like a saddle shoulder using this book that I was gifted a while ago and everyone recommends, and has like basically instructions. As long as you make a swatch, you can figure things out and like follow steps to make either a raglan or setting sleeves or saddle shoulder or a circular yoke. Got this from Vinted, which is I think Fonty, but it's a super wash. I made this, which I showed you before, and I tried first with this bottom, and it's a type of ribbon that is in the same book than the pink that where I got this stitch. And then I got this one, which I think is called 3x3 ribbon, and it's just a mix of knits and pearls. Good fun. And yeah, I'm trying to figure things out with the help of the books that I already own, because there's no sense in buying books if you don't use them. So I think I'm gonna try to make like a sleepover with this one. And then there's a pattern that I'm making for a friend. So Marta, my dear friend, if you're watching this, don't look any farther. But we always do like, we knit for each other, like an accessory, a sweater. We started with the sweaters last year, and she gave me like a list of sweaters that she would like. And I picked the Cleva, which is a pattern by Sanders Garn. And thanks to a friend, I managed to get the leaflet. I bought it without having to buy the yarn from the brand, because that would be annoying. And I swatched in superwash first, and it was nice. I was having trouble with the tension because that is made in 3mm needles, and I had to go up to 3.5. And with metal needles, my tension was not that great, and I'm too afraid of knitting with superwash yarn. And then, basically the sweater being too heavy or stretching beyond what I would like. And that's gonna be so much work. That's I need with 2 hands, so I'm not really sure. It's my first all over color work. And I moved to bamboo needles because bamboo needles for me help me grab the tension better. And I moved to wool because, as you know, 100% wool blocks better for color work, so there's not that uneven tension, or at least I found that it helped me. So I used Drop Flora because it's an affordable brand and has the vibrant colors that she likes. And I'm gonna make an all over color work sweater. So you see where I'm going with this? It's going to be like, okay, let's do a pattern. Okay, let's figure things out. And I'm gonna try to make it like easy and difficult at the same time. I think I've been delaying doing this thing of self-drafting for way too long, and maybe you're here for the ride, and I'll show you how I get on with it, how many times I screw up, and how many times I succeed, but I just want to have fun with it again. So thank you so much for watching until the end. I hope I provided you some company, and I hope you keep on making for the sake of making and having fun, and have a good day. Cheerio.